Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
I'll be honest with you, when we put out the call for History of Jank decks during Dragon Ruler format, I didn't think we were going to get 2 good answers total. But lo and behold, here we are on a second week of lists from Genevieve. Today I am playing Evols, and I am so happy to be doing so. As you know, my love for Evols runs deep, within my DNA, you might say, and it's not hard to see why. If you haven't experienced the Evols before, go watch the other History of Jank episode. What's wrong with you? But if you just want to skip to the good stuff, I'll give you the quick rundown. The Evols are actually a trifurcated archetype, subdivided into the Evol tiles, which are of course reptile monsters, the Evol soars, which are, as the name suggests, dinosaurs, and the Evol zars, which are dragons. Each one levels up into its next form. The reptiles have ways to get soars onto the field, and the soars have ways to summon additional soars to overlay for the powerful Evol zars. The legacy the Evols have left on Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the Evol zars. Dolka and Lagia are semi-generic and were very powerful in Dino Rabbit, but they're also extremely good in their native archetype. In terms of the main deck monsters, however, they just didn't cut it. While Evoltile Najasho has some funny combos with Evo Force, and Evoltile Westlow is one of the best searchers in the history of time, the Evol Soars are absolutely terrible, and unfortunately you need to be playing enough of them that the other monsters are online. For that reason, it never cracked into metagame contention. Now despite this, Konami realized this archetype had potential for dinosaur enjoyers, and as a result, they released additional support in Galactic Overlord in 2012. That included Evolite Lago Sucho, which has a powerful flip and normal summon effect, and Evo Diversity, which adds an Evil Light or an Evil Soar monster from your deck to your hand. It's incredibly powerful to have a Rhoda that searches 2 different archetypes, and it's not hard to see why this archetype was expected to still be playable. When it fell flat on its face, however, Konami took one final stab at Charles Darwin's favorite archetype in 2014 by releasing this, Evo Singularity. This card allows you to target an Evil Tile monster and an Evil Soar monster in your graveyard, and then summon an Evil Zar Xyz monster from your extra deck, attaching those 2 monsters to it as Xyz materials. Now you can summon any of the Evil Zor Xyz, which means Dolka is on the menu, as is Lagia, as is the oft overlooked Evolzar Soda! This card can't be destroyed by card effects while it has Xyz material, and when your opponent would special a monster, you could detach an Xyz material to destroy it. It also has 2600 attack, which gets over pretty much every rank 4. This skyrocketed the deck to rogue status, but unfortunately it paled in comparison to the other rank 4 decks playable during this format. Evols were out, and Evils were in. So let me give you a quick rundown of the cards. We're playing 3 copies of Serato, which if special summoned off an Evil Light, gains 200 attack, and can add an Evil Light monster from your deck to your hand if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle. Evolsar Diplo, which when special summoned by the effect of an Evil Light can destroy a spell trap your opponent controls. And Evolsar Volcano, which has a really middling attack stat, but when special summoned by the effect of an Evil Light, can target an Evil Soar in your graveyard and special summon it. Unfortunately, you do need to get multiples of these into the graveyard or on the field, and as a result, you have to play a lot of them. 3 copies of Lagasucho, it's the most flexible card in the deck. 3 copies of Najasho, there are so many combos you can do with this card because whenever it's tributed, you can summon an Evil Soar from your deck. That's by way of Evo Force or by enemy controller, which is right at home in this strategy. Evoltile Westlow, of course, is an incredibly powerful flip summon monster, which allows you to special summon an Evil Soar from your deck, and of course we're playing 2 Evo Diversity and 3 Evo Force, fresh from last time. This time we're playing 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Soul Charge, 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulse, triple Evo Singularity, triple Fiendish Chain, a Solemn Warning, and the 3 Vanities that are inexplicably still legal. In the side, we've got the hands, we've got Maxi, we've got Xyz Encore, we've got Dimensional Fissure, 2, 3 Goes in Match, and a Macro Cosmos. In the extra, not a lot to write home about. Of course, you've got Diamond Dire, Downard, and Exciton Knight, but we mostly have 3 Dolka, 3 Logia, 2 Soda, 1 Alucard, 1 Mech-Whipped Engineer, 1 101, and 1 Zenmeister. So with that, I'll send you over to Alex.
Well, I don't know whether or not I should be in the Jank tank this episode, considering we butchered like every possible way to play the decks in the previous episode, but I don't care, because I won, so I'm not in it. And this time around, you guys love your Koa'ki Meirus. Koa'ki Meirus are probably a staple of Jank culture, and so here we are once again piloting them, but surprisingly, this was actually a deck that competed at the Nationals during this year, although you probably wouldn't have guessed that considering this is when Dragon Rulers were running rampant. But in all fairness, this deck actually has quite a strong game against, you know, everything else going on at the time, and there could be an argument to play something like this if it weren't for the fact that Dragon Rulers were still, you know, some of the best cards in existence at this point. But Koa'ki Meiru and good cards don't really exactly have a symbiotic relationship, but with the release of the Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru, it sort of breathed some new life into this deck. So if you've never seen this card before, Diamond Core says you add a Koa'ki Meiru card from your deck to your hand except another copy of itself. And you can banish this card from your graveyard for the rest of this turn. Koa'ki Meiru monsters you control cannot be destroyed. So you also have built-in protection for your Koa'ki Meirus aside from being a Rhoda for the archetype. In all fairness, any deck would love to have a card like this, but it has to be bad enough like Koa'ki Meiru for it to be good. The interesting thing is, there are some cards in the Koa'ki Meiru archetype that aren't terrible, 2 of which being Koa'ki Meiru Ur-Knight and Koa'ki Meiru Crusader. Ur-Knight reads that it has the traditional text where you have to reveal something, otherwise it gets destroyed, but its main effect is that once per turn, you can reveal an Iron Core of Koa'ki Meiru in your hand to special summon a level 4 Koa'ki Meiru monster from your deck, except Ur-Knight, the target being Koa'ki Meiru Crusader. Now, this card has an effect that actually isn't terrible. If it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can add a Koa'ki Meiru card from your deck to your hand, which means you can get back the core, you can get back Ur-Knight, but most importantly, you get 2 level 4s onto the field and they're Beast Warriors to go into Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King. This, on summon, allows you to search a Tenki, which can then search another copy of Ur-Knight, and since you already have the Iron Core in hand that you possibly search with a Diamond Core, then you have an infinite rank 4 loop that, as long as you manage your resources properly, you will theoretically never run out of ways to summon. And the deck can become even more explosive than that, but that's the basic resource loop of this deck, and one of the reasons why people like Jeff Jones wanted to pilot this at the Nationals and even at the lower regional and YCS levels as well. So introducing Diamond Core Koa'ki Meiru. Let's go ahead and do the card by card. First up, we have Zephyros. The reason Zephyros is in here is because you can bounce back your Tenki to have another activation of it, and then you can special summon it to get another level 4 to the field. You could dump this with something like Lavable Chain, so you don't even have to like get this out of your deck raw. It's just a nice way to be able to recycle these, but also just get a 4 onto the field. Nice combo extender. 1 Bear because we are playing Tenki, so we can search this. The triple Crusader with the triple Ur-Knight. 2 copies of Curry Bandit. What's nice is that this is actually a level 3 Fiend for Tour Guide, which is quite funny, but it's also just a way to get your plays going because you can get something like Diamond Core or the Iron Core. You can even get this into the graveyard and get this back to your hand next turn, or you can just get something like Vanity's Emptiness if you're really trying to turbo into it. The double Summoner Monk, which is a way to just kick off your plays as well. You can pitch something like a Diamond Core if you don't even really need it, although that'd be a bit extraneous, or you can just pitch something like a redundant MST or Lance to be able to continue with your plays there. And of course, triple Tour Guide. The nice thing about Tour Guide is that we were playing MX Saber Invoker in this deck, which Invoker, as you may remember from, you know, modern Yu-Gi-Oh, can get stuff like Zodiac cards, but we can just grab Ur-Knight and immediately go off to the races. So we have some added utility with this card, and we could start seeing the power of Invoker this episode as well. It's weird to see cards like this in a History of Jank episode, but that's the way Yu-Gi-Oh was, ladies and gentlemen. Then for the spells, we have triple Diamond Core, triple Tenki, and a Tensu, triple Forbidden Lance, a Iron Core, triple MSC, and a Soul Charge. Don't know why we're on 1, but it is what it is. And then for the traps, we have Bottomless Call the Haunted, triple Fiendish Chain, a Warning, Torrential, and triple Vanity's Emptiness. So we can just stick our large dudes behind the Vanities. We're probably just going to win the game regardless. The extra deck is full of just every good rank 4 we can think of. We have a Dweller, triple Tiger King, because we can make it very easily, and it wouldn't be surprised if we go through 3 of these in each game. We also have a Kagasuchi, which is a nice Beast Warrior rank 4 as well. A Daigusto Emerald, a Diamond Dire. Nice thing about Diamond Dire is that we're playing Beast Warrior, so we don't have to target itself, which is nice if that comes up. Exciton Cowboy, an Alucard, another Tour Guide target. Lavable Chain, an MX Saber Invoker. Engineer, Honor Honor Arc and Master Key Beetle. And then for the side deck, we've got a pair of hands in the form of Fire and Ice, Triple Maxi, Book of Moon, Darkhold, Triple Xyz Encore. This might become quite relevant with the fact that Joseph is playing Logia and Doka, but we'll just have to see how useful it is, and Triple DNA Surgery. So by Jank standards, this looks pretty powerful, but we're going to have to see just how powerful it is. And I think if a skilled player like Jeff Jones played something like this at the National Championship in 2014, then clearly this deck must have some legs. But we'll just have to see how good it truly is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Joseph, a bit of a strange turn of events here on History of Jank. We actually have two decks that aren't the worst for once. Looking forward to this. How about you?
I am also looking forward to this. We've played a couple of these archetypes before, but never this complete, never this powerful, and never this with Dragon Rulers legal.
For good reason, because Dragon Rulers just eclipsed everything else, so why would you even bother playing these decks? Fun fact, the deck that I played, although it wasn't this variant of it, I don't know if you know this, I think Jeff Jones took this to the National Championship.
How did he do?
I don't know, if I'm being honest, but I think there's like footage of like a round 9 or 10 feature match of him playing it. So clearly not too bad for what it's worth.
So you're going to roll up on me with a Nationals tier deck.
This was your idea, so you know you can only blame yourself. With that said, shout the patron, Lorcan Rodriguez. Thank you for the support, buddy. Got that hand up?
Yes.
I rolled a 1, so odd.
It was odd. 3, 1 for each phase of the Evol evolutionary chain.
I thought that's like the number of times you're going to be activating your brand new trap card to ruin my day, which could also be the case. But yeah, I can't wait to see how much this deck has evolved. It's rare that we play the same deck multiple times in the same series. So I believe we can still draw for turn because we've not hit Duelist Alliance format yet. So that's pretty cool. I will go to main phase 1, and after checking my extra deck, yeah, sure, I'm down. Let's go Tour Guide. With Tour Guide, we're not playing the Sangan. We have completely power crept Sangan, but I will grab another Tour Guide.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to overlay, not synchro, because we can't use this as a synchro material. We're going to make a card we haven't seen in quite a long time, MX Saber Invoker. We're going to use the effect of Invoker. We're not going to grab Zodiac Rapier, as much as I would like to be saying that, but instead, we're going to grab a level 4 Earth Warrior or Beast Warrior, which Koa'ki Meiru Knight happens to meet the criteria here. And before we use his effect, we do need to reveal an Iron Core to activate the effect. So I'm going to have to use this Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru to search that Iron Core.
That's a nice one.
So we're going to go ahead and do that. If I can find the copy of my deck. We are only playing 1 because this deck is not terrible. And we'll fire the effect. We will reveal.
All right. I believe you.
So Urnite allows us to get another Koa'ki Meiru from our deck and special summon it. So we're going to grab ourselves the Crusader. And now we overlay once again, and we make ourselves a copy of Tiger King.
Wow, this is crazy.
We're doing plays.
Yeah.
This is Jank. This is sick. Tiger King effect, we get to activate, or rather set a copy of Tenki, but I will just immediately activate it.
Yep.
And I'm going to grab myself for follow-up another copy of Urnite. So we have gone like plus $1 billion on our first turn. This rarely happens for Jank, and I'm just going to set 3 cards and wish you the best of luck.
Oh, God. Okay. Stand by main. We're going to begin with a copy of Evo Diversity.
Okay. This is a card that is literally just a Rhoda for the deck.
It is, yes. We are going to grab Evil Tile Najasho. We're going to normal the Najasho.
That is fine.
We will activate Evo Force.
We saw this card in the previous Jank. Yes.
We are going to summon an Evol Czar from our deck. We are going to summon Diplo here. And you may notice that despite the fact that this was not summoned via the effect of an Evil Tile monster, Evo Force considers that it has been. So we are going to activate the effect of Diplo and the effect of Najasho.
Sure. What are you going to be targeting with Diplo?
Let's go for this one.
Going to go for that one, huh? Well, the unfortunate part is this is probably not going to stick around, but I may as well chain the Fiendish Chain to the Diplo.
Resolving Najasho here. That's such a bad play. It's like legitimately the worst possible play, but it's very funny.
This is Jank. This is what we're here for.
We will not do that. We'll do the good play. All right, we're going to summon another Diplo.
Okay.
We'll eat this one.
That one is also annoying. It's Forbidden Lance. I guess I will lance that Diplo. Sure.
Sure.
It's not going to matter.
We're going to go to combat here. We'll go Diplo into... Oh, it loses 800. Whoop.
It loses 800. Yes,
All right,
this is not Chalice, sir.
I was so excited. We'll just overlay the Diplos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I mean, let's go for Excitonite.
Oh, this guy's legal.
That's right.
Shit.
Let's go for Excitonite.
Yeah, that's balls.
Hey! Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ooh.
Boo.
All right, let's set one, and back to you.
Okay, that was fun. I'll draw.
Yep.
Stand by anything?
Nothing.
Well, so you're at 5 to 4, so I'm not getting hit anytime soon here.
It's unlikely.
We'll go for it. You know I have it.
I do know that you have it. If you go for another guy, that puts you at 5 to my 5. I'm going to go for Fiendish Chain here.
Fiendish Chain on the Urnite.
Yes.
Interesting. It's annoying and also prevents me from attacking because Urnite could just simply beat over this thing. Fuck it. I'll Soul Charge.
Yo! Uh-huh, yeah.
We're just going to go the gamut, I guess. So I'm going to bring back Tour Guide. Urnite is not a once per turn, so I guess I could just do it anyway. Do I even want Tour Guides in that case? Because I could just go for 2 rank 4s.
I will tell you
instead.
this. If you summon enough monsters for me to Exciton, you bet your ass I'm doing that.
Well, you can only do it in my battle phase, so I can't.
I guess that's
you can,
fair.
Yeah, that's not going to happen most likely, so I feel
sure.
fine. I'm just going to go for 2, actually.
That's fine.
I'm more concerned about space more than anything else is the larger issue. No, I'll go for 4. I'll bring the Tour Guides out, too.
Jeez, wow.
I've got things I can make. If I didn't, I wouldn't even bother, but we'll go all 4.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to overlay. This deck has no issue doing that, let me tell you. We're going to go for Anganir.
Anganir, yeah.
Yeah. We'll fire the other Urnite,
Yep.
Revealing our core, and we'll grab our Crusader.
Yep.
Then we'll overlay these 2. We're going to make ourselves... I mean, I got to clear the Exciton, otherwise that's going to be
You don't have to.
problem.
You know, you could elect not to.
I don't necessarily have to. I would prefer to, if I'm being honest. We're going to go 101.
Yeah.
So I'll eat the Exciton.
Yes, you will.
Fortunately, I don't get its material as much as I would like to. Then, what do I do with these other 2 idiots over here? Overlay them. Go for another Tiger King.
Oh, God. Do you have another in here?
I play 3 Tiger Kings.
No, I mean, do you have another tanky?
I think I like this a little bit better. Instead, I'm going to make Digusto Emerald, actually.
Yeah.
So we're going to fire Emerald.
It's fine.
I actually want to keep the Urnite underneath. I'm going to detach the Crusader.
Sure.
And we're going to target both Crusaders and the Urnite.
Okay.
We're going to shuffle. We get to draw a card. We'll set a card, and I will just throw it to you.
Crazy. Stand by me. I think you just kill me if I pass here.
I mean, not on board, I do.
Not on board, indeed.
It's only, what, 5,700 damage?
I think I need to high roll.
Set a card.
Yeah.
Could be literally anything.
Could be literally anything.
Could be literally anything. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. In end phase, I'm going to activate Anganir and target my Emerald.
That's fine.
And then I'll draw.
Yep.
Standby main. I'm going to go ahead and fire this Emerald once again.
That's fine.
So we're going to put back Urnite, Tour Guide, and we'll put back the Invoker. So now I just need a way to clear this. Preferably not flip it up because I know that
it could be anything.
But buddy, I've played against this deck before. I know what this deck does. We did get the Urnite, thankfully. I will try to activate. We'll grab a Crusader, which I thankfully shuffled back into the deck. So, fortunately, I don't think I can lethal you, but I can't take the risk of just letting you do that. So we'll make Diamond Dire.
Sure.
It's cool because Diamond Dire can actually like pop the Koa'ki Meiru dudes. I just sadly don't have one on the field. So we'll Diamond Dire target itself and your monster.
It was Westlow.
Okay, that's why we did it. We'll go to attack. We'll just swing for a bunch.
Yep.
And second main, I'll set one. Go ahead.
All right. Stand by main. Okay, this is really not where I wanted to be. Soul Charge.
Soul Charge with 2,300 life. No response.
Yeah, I bet. Just the one.
That's fine.
Had this last turn, but I could only make 1 rank 4, and I really... If the Westlow resolved, I could make like 3. We will normal Serato here.
Sure.
We're going to overlay for Exciton Knight. That'd be neat if there was another one, right? We're going to go Logia, I believe.
It's funny because Exciton was never limited. People just only played one of it.
Back to you.
Logia pass.
Yep.
Interesting. We'll draw. Not a bad one. I'm going to say yes it is. I will normal Summoner Monk.
There's no shot you don't have a 4 that can out this. Fucking Utopia outs this. We'll Logia here.
Logia the Monk.
Yeah.
Battle.
Yeah.
Attack.
No response.
Damage step lands.
You got it.
Woo! Holy shit, this deck's actually crazy!
I may have underestimated how explosive both of these decks are. Oh my god. I mean, obviously Soul Charge helped a lot, but you went like 2 Xyz turn 1. I went 2 Xyz turn 2. You went 3 Xyz turn 3. That's really something.
I mean, okay, here's the funny thing. This was during Dragon Ruler format, so no one would know that these decks were as good as they were as a result of that, because Dragon Rulers were just so far above the power level that you wouldn't know that these cool decks were underneath the surface.
Are we still drawing for turn?
We do. We're not at Duelist Alliance yet.
Oh my god. All right. So we're going to go Evo Diversity. We're going to grab Najasho.
That's fine.
Activate Najasho.
Activate
Evo Force.
I will max C here.
Ooh. Okay. Well, you're going to get the 1 at least. Ooh, that's really rough, isn't it?
Yeah, so you would have to give me, what, 3 cards total if you just want to make one
to go
dude?
all the way off. I really don't think I want to do that.
I'm guaranteed 1. It's just how much further you go after that.
Well, sadly, while the tiles are crazy, the sores are kind of lacking. We're just going to go Serato.
All right, so I'll take my draw.
And then we will set 1, 2, 3. Back to you.
The Serato is 21, correct?
Yes.
All right, that is frustrating. I will draw. Standby main. We're slowly starting to see one of the issues of this deck, but we'll do our best, I suppose. I will go ahead and set 1, 2, 3 and chuck it back.
Normal Serato.
Seems pretty good.
Logia.
Attempt to bottomless.
I guess I will activate Logia here.
Gets rid of that.
Here's what it does not do. I will activate Evo Singularity.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
So I'm going to target Evilzar Serato and Evilzar Najasho. I'll summon them both. Then I will special summon an Evil Czar Xyz monster. We are going to go Logia again. And I will attach these monsters to it as Xyz material.
This card is so crazy.
It's unbelievable. I'm like shocked that it was even allowed. Combat. Wow.
Sure. It is Ice Hand. So I will attempt to use the effect.
It's not like I can really do anything about it, right?
Just making sure. We will hit this back row.
Okay, there it goes.
And out comes the Fire Hand.
I probably should have done this before attacking. Didn't know you would board into good cards.
Damn it. All right. So hand effect, I will target this Logia.
Oh! I ain't doing this. You can put that hand back. I'm just not too interested in it, honestly. Oh my god.
Throw him back.
The hands! The hands! God, I'm gonna have to walk through them all anyway. That's a problem for future Joseph.
Draw. Okay. Need to clear these guys out of here. So I will put my hand to attack Logia.
We'll go Vanities.
So I'll take 8. Hand effect. Target your Logia.
The one with materials or the one without materials?
Yes, the one with materials, sir.
Okay, all right.
I do not get the special because Vanities was still active, but New Chain Vanities pops itself. Second MAME. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Could be literally anything.
That better not be... What if it's Fire Hand number 2 I get owned here? Or you could be baiting me. If it's Ice Hand, it's very funny. Here's what we'll do. If
this
it's
is
Fire
the
Hand,
correct
it's Fire
play.
Hand.
It is Fire Hand.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
All right, I will get my Ice Hand, and now your set monster is protected.
He could be anything.
Protecting the fucking Diplo. All right, I'll draw. Main one. God, this is still not looking good for me, is it? I will gotta fucking clear that thing. I can't just like let that.
How do you think I feel?
Normal Crusader.
Yes.
I'm gonna make Diamond Ire.
Yeah.
Pop itself in your Diplo.
It could be anything.
Yeah, whatever. Go.
I'm just gonna get the beats on. Volcano attack.
1200.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Back to you.
You've technically knocked me out of like 2 soul charge activations, so I guess that's relevant. I will set another card and pass.
Wow, it's gonna be really funny when this actually ends up mattering. When you have to fiendish chain this or some shit.
Yeah. I'll take another 12. Sure.
Oh, come on. Go ahead.
Normal Knight.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
I will hit Volcano.
No. Okay, I'll take what, 800 here?
8.
Yeah.
Yes. I will go to end phase and reveal another Knight.
Yeah, yep, Stand by main.
Yep.
Westlow.
Warning.
Oh, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, you're good to go.
I will draw.
Yeah.
Great. It keeps getting better. Normal Knight.
For sure.
Okay, so this is 4K if I hit you direct, so that's probably the move. I'll attack.
Yes, I'll take 4K.
Second main. I think I have to go for the Tiger King. Activate. I will grab a Tenki and activate the Tenki.
Also fine.
With Tenki, we'll grab a new guy. Let's get Bear.
Oh my god, what? Whoa, 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 hands and Bear. You're just playing a good deck, dude.
That's how it works. Go ahead.
All right, that's the worst draw in my deck.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you got it. Let's go Diplo. Econ.
Sure.
Let us... Can we activate Tiger King? Yeah. We'll go Tiger King effect, and then we'll hit in for 2K.
Hitting for 22.
Yeah.
Should I be scared of this? What can do I just get like owned by something that I'm not aware of? Sure, I'll take 22.
Damage? Yeah, you got it.
Oh. I'm like, are you gonna like fucking chalice me or some shit? Oh.
Yeah. You want to do the run back?
Yeah, let's do the run back. I feel like you were very close.
Yeah. All right, jerk. That game 1, you were doing fun plays with MX Saber Invoker. Game 2, Tenki Search Bear. I see how it is.
Yeah, imagine searching Bear with Tenki.
You're just not allowed to play
concept.
hands.
Never been thought. It's fun because like half my deck is Beast Warriors, but I've never searched anything else with Tenki.
All right, we got the line here today. Okay. Look at this.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Fucking Westlow set 4 or whatever.
Could be anything. Could be literally anything.
Crap, how am I going to beat this? There's no way any of this will work, but I kind of want to try it. Diamond Core.
Yeah.
With Diamond Core, I will grab an Knight. All right. Fun fact, Diamond Core is not once per turn, so let's do it again.
Is it now? Okay.
Let's grab another one.
Yeah.
We'll go Knight effect, reveal core.
That is really bleak. We're gonna Fiendish here.
Fiendish on Knight. I will Lance Knight.
I will really be mad about that.
That's it?
No. We'll Vanities.
Fuck. Yeah, sure. All right. Battle.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm lanced, so
You're
can't
allowed to,
attack, but I'm 1200. I'm not going to clear Westlow, or whatever the hell the thing's called. Westlow, Diplo, I don't fucking know. Whatever, like, rapper name. I'll just pass. Go. I have to reveal my core for my Knight.
Stand by me. Evo Diversity.
Sure.
Thank God. Grabbing... I don't actually think it matters at all. We'll grab... You know what? Let's not even activate. No, we do have to activate Evo Diversity because we got to out Vanities for ourselves. Let's grab Westlow.
Why would you have to out Vanities?
Because the set card is not Westlow.
Oh, I got baited. Okay.
You didn't get baited. My deck is just very bad. We're going to go for Dolka here.
Damn, I could have cleared it with the Lanced Knight too. That's so bad.
Go battle here.
I got wrecked. Yeah, I'll take 3.
All right, back to you.
I don't even know if that card's any good. Let's try to deal with fucking Dolka now. Not looking too good if that's the case, I'll be honest. I will set and pass.
Looks good. Battle.
Sure. It is my Crusader.
Okay. We'll set one. Also could be anything. Back to you.
Draw. That's not going to do fucking anything in this case. Man sets the Westlow. That's annoying. I will just set one and pass.
MST.
Fuck, I'm dead. Yep.
Stand by main.
Yep.
Westlow.
There it is.
I don't know. Wish I had a thing that like tributed. That would be cool. Go Serato here for big damage. We could go Volcano to summon back nothing. I think I'm gonna go Lagasucho. We'll go Lagasucho to bin an Evolzar.
It's only when it's normal summon you can bin it.
I'm actually cheating a lot because that is an Evol tile as well. I'm like legitimately just cheating.
It's okay. That card doesn't seem very good.
We'll go Serato here.
Sure, this seems better.
All right, we'll go 7, 19, 23.
Isn't he 21?
Yes. Back to you.
Apparently could have gone very easily your way because this is not looking great. Bear. Attack Westlow.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Go, my minions.
Yeah. So now we can see the problem with this deck is when you open two well, into the sideboard, but my hand was Tour Guide, Curry Bandit, Bear, Summoner Monk, and then the Iron Core.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so there we see the problem with this deck in that it plays essentially all normal summons, and the only way you can really expend the resources in your hand is if you have something like Tensu, which if you have no way of getting to Tiger King, you have no way to actually search the one copy of Tensu that this deck. And that's it. I guess Summoner Monk by extension can essentially give you another monster, but when you have a Dolka up, it actually doesn't do jack shit. I mean, overall, I think these decks actually, for Jank standards, I feel like if there was like ever a tournament of Jank, that like these two would probably be like front runners in that tournament. Again,
super big shout out to Genevieve. These have been sick. So Evol was hugely popular, especially at the regional scene during this time, and it all revolves around this new trap card, Evol Singularity. It is really fantastic that not only does it have the ability to get you a quick Xyz monster when your Xyzes are literal negates in Dolka or Logia, it also opens up the ability to play Soda, which is really strong. It has 26, which clears all other rank 4s pretty much, can't be destroyed by card effects, and stops special summons. A little narrower in scope, but it makes up for it by being like big as hell. Like your deck, this deck also has Soul Charge in it. Just one copy. I mean, people just didn't know what they were doing. The real downside to Evols, like Force has pretty much resolved the issue where like you have to rank up like 3 times and it sucks. Singularity helps you cheat out the powerful monsters. The only issue with Evol at this point is that their 4s, Diplo, Serato, and Volcano, are awful. They're ass. Legitimately, like, Westlow, Najasho, and the new Lagasucho are just incredible cards, like a Foolish Burial, a Search, an Extender if you have one of the tribute spells. And the 4s literally do not do a thing, with the exception of Diplo, that does something if you are already losing. That's kind of the story of this one. The deck never really cracked into mainstream competitive success, didn't have a lot of tops at Premier REL, and unfortunately just faded into obscurity, despite the fact that at the very end of its lifespan, it really did resolve its outstanding problems with its like slow rank up style gameplay. It's an archetype that I really would like to see more stuff for. It seems really easy to manage in the modern metagame, figure out ways to help them skip steps and get to cool 4s that actually do things. But alas, it hasn't happened yet.
And it's not really hard to see why, right? I mean, we already echoed this a few times throughout the episode, but when the best deck of the format is like one of the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh's history, unless you're doing one of the most unfair things imaginable, which is like what Spellbook had to do to even compete with that deck, then there's just no shot something like this is ever going to see the light of day, and hence why it's been relegated to like History of Jank versus History of Yu-Gi-Oh. And I mean, my deck This deck kicked ass.
I want to talk extensively about your deck.
Go ahead. Feel free to start.
I was really discounting the power of this thing. I didn't realize how effective Unright and Crusader were, not only as a rank 4 engine, because let's be honest, anyone during this period can barf out 4 bodies. As a repeatable rank 4 engine, one that goes off every turn, one that puts up attack stats if it doesn't want to commit to a level 4 monster. It's one of the first decks that gets to flex MX Saber Invoker, which is a shockingly powerful card that would eventually be banned. Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru lets you make these huge pushes with like Unright Crusader for like 6,000 points of damage protected the entire time, then overlaying into stuff like Gaga Cowboy to close out. It's not surprising to see that pros knew about this deck and were considering it. It really reads like much better than all of the other rank 4 strategies, much more explosive and therefore more able to keep up with the power players, of course, in Dragon Ruler. Vanities can only get you so far, dude, you know?
Yeah, no, for real. And that's like one of the biggest Achilles heels, right? And I think the first game was a textbook example of how crazy this deck can be, because I opened essentially the best opening, which was having a way to get to the core and having an Knight, because as long as you can get that, you will always have rank 4 access for the rest of the game as long as you manage the resources properly. The problem was in the second and third game, more so the second, because the third game I got there, but I just flooded on normal summons. If you don't have the core, then things can go very, very badly, very, very quickly, because now all of a sudden your engine is shut down. And so that's where all the defensive cards are supposed to come in and help to buy you time to make sure that you get that one combo piece that you need to allow you to keep pushing and just putting in a lot of pressure on the opponent. And so I actually really think that this deck has some legs, but again, just with the Dragon Ruler shadow over the entire format, yes, vanities can only get you so far, as you already said. And it's these 2,000 normal summons are big by like, you know, this format standard, except when you look at a deck like Dragon Ruler that just shits out 2,600 attack monsters like it's nobody's business. So yeah, it's really unfortunate. And I like that we're taking the time to explore some of these decks for Jank that really just never got to see their time in the spotlight, because I think there's a lot of cool things to unearth here that we're going to spend probably the next month or so just diving into.
It's really funny. While you are correct that obviously Dragon Rulers consumed everything, talking to people from around this time, it's so funny to hear an alternative story of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they saw Dragon Ruler and were aware of its existence, but mostly played at locals and regionals, and their memory of 2014 is, I can't believe I got Serato'd. I can't believe my opponent set Westlow. I can't believe they opened Knight again. It's funny that we lived in this like weird parallel Yu-Gi-Oh! Dimension just because so many of the cards in the best deck were so out of reach for so many players who didn't want to spend $300 on a Dracosack.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shout1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Madolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark Part 2, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Manhoban, Phoenix the Immortal, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Little Fadeleaf, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet Indian to Taisho, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max, Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Simping for Simo, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Dalton, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, Skull Servant and the Wandering Doomed or Boyfriends, MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, Aw Yus, Unis the Bus, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Shrugs X, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, and Corvain. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.